Welcome to my home. I'm Evan Rayner. This month, over 2 weeks, the Madden Bowl played out in the homes of the 16 players who qualified for this season's final major. Their living rooms and their bedrooms became virtual studios for a first-of-its-kind production. The Madden Bowl is our Super Bowl, and competitors from coast to coast, Florida to Washington, New Jersey to Texas, were ready to switch gears and challenge for Player of the Year honors. And for the Madden Bowl Sweet 16, here's how their tournament would go. The road to the Madden Bowl began last July after the release of Madden 20. Hundreds of players over thousands of games in both online qualifying and major live events battled to secure the 16 coveted spots for the bowl. The straightest line to securing a bid to the bowl was finishing within the top 2 or top 4 amongst the first 3 majors in the Madden Championship Series. 6 additional bids were wrapped up based upon the final rankings from the MCS points standings. Just before the bowl, and with 14 spots locked up, the last chance qualifier literally provided the last chance for 2 competitors without bids to punch their tickets.
Lapsing on its peppers again, ball comes loose.
Upon conclusion of the LCQ, we were all set with our Sweet 16, with the top 4 seeds of the tournament headlining each group as its top seed. The tournament format at the Madden Bowl begins with round-robin play within each group, from which 3 competitors advance and 1 goes home. Or should I say, stays home.
Like the Madden community say, he sleep. He looks sleep. He never woke up today.
The remaining 12 players head to the single elimination bracket, and the winner of each group receives a bye. From the wild cards through the quarterfinals, it's win or go home time at the bowl. It all brings us to the championship game, worth a not too shabby $40,000. Don't be surprised if your favorite player is found on a different team than the one he plays for in the NFL. Competitors at the Madden Bowl build their own rosters managing a salary cap. How the cap is spent can mean the difference between an early exit or a run to the championship.
He swivels to the 10, walked off again.
The money is always nice, but there is much more at stake at the Madden Bowl than dollar signs. The winner also receives the Madden Bowl Championship belt, with its 24-karat gold plate and over 700 rhinestones. But the true value of the Madden Bowl belt is measured by the elation experienced from raising the belt, even if this year that moment might be a little delayed. The new normal aside, only one can raise the Madden NFL 20 Bowl hardware, and that is why we are all here, staying and playing at home, to find out. Competition began on May 6th with Group A, a group led by tournament number 1 seed, Joke. Joke was one of 3 players in the tournament who played in all 4 of the season's majors, and in his first game he shows he's determined to win his first belt.
25-20, 15, 10-5, goodbye. And that's why he built his team around that Gale Sayers and that offensive line.
Joke hails from West New York, which is a town in New Jersey. He can look across the Hudson River and see New York City, a closeness that provides him a metaphor for his career.
I look out the window and I see New York, and that's the belt. Like it's right there. It's been in hand's reach plenty of times. I think I've made 5 Final Fours, a finals, a million Final Eights. So I guess it's kind of how, like, living in Jersey, you can say it.
Alongside Joke in Group A are Volterax and Pavin, the last 2 club championship winners. 19-year-old Pavin earned one of the last 2 spots here by way of the recent Last Chance Qualifier tournament. His reward was a first match against informed Volterax.
There is Jackson. He's got some room. Bo Jackson, inside, inside, zigzag, touchdown! Bo knows the end zone.
That run is getting me.
Volterax, who's known for his stick work, spent the most cap on running back Bo Jackson. After 1 touchdown under his belt, he gets the ball back with under a minute left in the first half and 3 timeouts to pad his lead.
Get ready. These next 3 plays, we might see some fireworks.
There he goes again. With that human joystick, he almost got free.
Another Bo run gets Volterax inside the 25. On 3rd and 1, Pavin knows what to expect, but it doesn't matter.
There is Bo Jackson with the spin. Bo Jackson, home run! And Volterax does pad that lead just before the break.
Volterax never looks back and wins his first match. Against the top-seeded Joke in Game 2, though, Volterax has no answer for Gale Sayers. who rushes for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns.
And Joe's just getting up. He knows he's got this one locked. He's getting comfy. He's laying down. Look at him stunting for the camera.
At 2-0, Joke has a clear grasp on winning Group A. Doing so means a bye through the wildcard round. His final group match is versus Pavan, who can also win the group with a victory and a loss in the other final group match.
There are some scenarios that the group becomes very easy, and then there are some scenarios where you got to go to point differential and ties.
If Pavan wins and Volterax wins, we're going to have a 3-way tie at 2-1. If Joke wins, he gets the 1 seed automatically, and he gets that bye, which is very important.
On Pavan's first possession, it doesn't take Joke long to show off his defensive credentials.
It's a quick throw to the slot. Oh, Jerome Baker with one hand. Some guys use 2 hands to pick the ball up, and Jerome Baker has just put a touchdown on the board, and he only needed 1.
Both players find it hard to get their offenses going, and Joke holds a 7-3 lead into the halftime break. In the fourth quarter, Pavan's defense proves stingy and forces Joke to punt. In turn, he pins Pavan deep in his own territory, leading to this crucial 3rd down.
Pressure off the edge, down goes Vic, and Joke gets a safety.
1 first down, man. Come on.
Joke tacks on a field goal to lead 12-6 with just over a minute to play. Pavan has no timeouts and an offense that is stalled outside the red zone, but he starts moving the ball. First, he finds a wide-open Torrey Holt for 25. Then on 3rd and 6, John Ross makes an incredible play.
Oh, Ross catches in front of Mays.
After a quick spike, Joke makes a crucial mistake, bringing his defense to the line.
He ran commit.
He ran commit.
He ran committed, and John Ross is in the end zone. Oh, he brought 10 guys into the backfield, and John Ross has the easiest touchdown of his career.
I just ran commit. Oh my God, if I lose the 1 seed because of that.
And with that, Pavan shocks Joke, the number 1 seed. And with Volterax playing Boogs at the same time, the stakes are high. If Boogs beats Volterax, Pavan would take the top seed and Volterax would be eliminated. And it comes down to the final play, where Boogs' 4th down prayer is intercepted. Joke wins the group. Group B is stacked with veteran champions, the likes of Young Kiv, Serious Mo, and Dreeny, with 5 belts among them. But from the get-go, things don't go as planned for Serious Mo, this year's classic winner. Dreeny's defense pounds him in Game 1, and then Young Kiv beats him in the next match. And so the key showdown of the group turns to be Young Kiv versus Dreeny, the last 2 Madden Bowl winners, in a matchup fit for a final.
This is a pretty big rivalry. If you keep up with competitive Madden, these are 2 of the hottest names. These guys have gone back and forth, back and forth. Even though it's group play, this means something to both.
He throws it right where he wanted to, and that will seal the deal.
Kiv earns a bye into the quarterfinals, while Dreeny finishes 3rd in the group, behind Mills. Back in February, Noah Johnson marched through a talented field of Madden pros at the Challenge, winning a belt in his first ever major. What surprised his fellow competitors and fans was how loud he was. He came to the tournament primed with trash talk.
Come on, man. This ain't defense. I haven't heard you all game. Go!
Gotta put some respect on my name now. I got a belt.
In the Challenge final, Noah faced Clef the God, an experienced pro with the best winning percentage in the championship series. And the young upstart clinched the title with a late interception. Now, months later, they faced off again in the featured match of Group C. Each player entered with a win and a loss, both their defeats at the hands of Little Man.
Clef the God going, not again. Throws it over the middle, and there's the lurker, Troy P, one more time, and he's off to the races. Oh, Noah! Oh, no, to Noah!
Might not even have to play the second half.
After several groups of seasoned champions, Group D was full of bright stars, with an average age of 20 years old. Much of the attention was on the second-seeded Henry. At 17, Henry burst on the scene when he finished 2nd in the Classic out of a 500-person field. This season, he made all 4 majors and entered the Madden Bowl as one of the favorites. Meanwhile, Decroft, who entered into the LCQ ranked 50th on the MCS points leaderboard, entered on a high after winning the last chance qualifier. The 2 faced off in the final match of Group D. Henry, at 2-0 in the group, could secure a bye in the wildcard round with a victory. For 3 quarters, it was a defensive tussle until, with the score tied at 7-3, Deecroft's Aaron Rodgers steps into one.
From the 44, taking a shot. Does he have Ross? He does!
After an exchange of punts, Henry gets the ball again, trailing 10-7. With less than 2 minutes left, he's about 20 yards outside his field goal range with 1 timeout. The teenager wastes no time.
Come on!
Allen going down. Come on! Oh, and he got Ross! He got Ross!
God, I think so much, bro. I think so much, bro.
Deecroft answers back and goes deep himself.
Deecroft trying to come back. Down 4, flings to the end zone. There's that man again.
Daniel!
On the ensuing drive, Henry's up against it on 3rd and 16. It's 4-down territory, but he decides to air it out.
He is in business. Henry's dancing.
Henry ties the game with a 52-yard field goal, and overtime looks all but certain to decide the winner of Group D. But there are 2 seconds remaining.
This has just been everything that I thought it would be. This is an unbelievable game, and it has so much right on. He might have a chance to get out of there.
Come on. Come on. Mostert, are you kidding? Are you kidding? That's how it ends. That's how it ends.
Give it to me back there!
Coming up, the field is down to 12. The Madden NFL 20 Bowl wildcard round is next. Welcome back to the Madden Bowl. I'm Evan Rayner. As it turned out, 3 of the 4 wildcard games were rematches from previous majors this season. So for Clef the God, he was well aware of the formidable talent of Henry, who suffered a walk-off loss against Deecroft in Group D.
Are you kidding? That's how it ends.
Give it to me back there! Let's go!
Clef and Henry met before in the Madden Challenge, where Clef held the upper hand.
Come on, man!
But Henry's gotten even stronger since then.
I saw a Twitter poll that said 40% of people watching in today think this is the game of the day, so they're with you. And can you articulate why that is?
Yeah, because these are just 2 high-powered guys, especially starting with Clef. This guy's going to air that ball out, as you see in these stats. He's number 4. He's going to play really good defense. But, again, look at these stats. Henry's number 1 in total yards. And, by the way, these guys can play some of the best defense in the world. They're not one-dimensional.
Watch out, last time there was a kickoff from Henry. It did not go well. We'll talk more about that moving forward.
After forcing a punt on Clef's first possession, Henry marches down the field on the arm and legs of Josh Allen.
Now Allen on the move, and Allen will slide inside the 5-yard line.
On 1st and goal, he finds Torrey Holt.
It's in the end zone, diving catch. There's a touchdown. He finds Torrey Holt.
On the next drive, Clef approaches midfield, facing a 3rd and 10.
Come here! Come on!
Oh.
Now he's user rushing up the middle. Nothing's open. This defense is unbelievable.
Later, Henry takes a field goal and a 10-0 lead into halftime. He appears in control heading through the 3rd quarter, moving the ball and burning the clock, until Clef disguises his defense and makes a play.
Allen looking,
Let's go!
gunning it in the coverage, and it's picked. It's Porter,
Go, man.
and Tracy Porter for Clef the God.
Come on, Clef, now get something going, boy.
Clef capitalizes on the turnover, putting 3 points on the board early in the 4th quarter. His defense needs to rise to the occasion now, but instead, it's Henry who finds a wide-open Josh Cribbs.
Allen back, and the big guy firing has got Joshua Cribbs open.
Don't let me go down!
Henry is in field goal range and the driver's seat with under 4 minutes to play. Any score will extend his lead to 2 possessions. But Clef makes a huge play and soon forces Henry to punt.
And there's the sack to drag him out of field goal range.
Clef moves the ball down the field,
Go, Torrey!
preserving his timeouts. On 2nd and 16, it looks like he finds the equalizer.
Clef hasn't had a touchdown in 2 games. Needs one now. Michael Vick throws on the run for Cribbs. It's bobbled and it's knocked away.
2 plays later, Clef's facing 4th and 7. He needs a touchdown and has to go for it.
In pursuit is Clef the God. Samuel staying in the block. There it is in the coverage. He got it in there with 26 seconds to go.
He burns his final timeout. It's 1st and goal for Clef.
Now you cannot take a sack if you're Clef. That clock is not your friend. You have no timeout.
Where's he gonna go? Number 7, Michael Vick. He is across!
Come on, what? It's the ice right there! Come on!
Now tied, having seen his lead evaporate, Henry chooses to throw the ball on 1st and 10.
Let's go, Jerome!
Oh no!
Go,
Jerome Baker! Jerome Baker! He swivels to the 10! Walked off again! Heartbreak for Henry!
I'm clutch as a motherfucker! I'm so damn clutch! Bet against me! Saying I'm a damn underdog! What's wrong with y'all? Do your research on me, man! I ain't no underdog!
So Henry sees his first Madden Bowl in a devastating fashion. And with 17 unanswered points, Clef wins his spot in the final 8.
Let's go, man!
The next 2 wildcard berths would go to Noah and Pavin. Noah, in a Madden NFL 20 Challenge semifinal rematch with Wesley, defeated the Georgia native 27-7.
They'll give it to Bo. Dive play, cutting right, and Bo's in open space.
Fast! Go! Don't let him catch you! Don't let them catch you, Bo! Come on!
Pavin took down Mills behind the passing attack of Mike Vick.
Got him!
He has a man open in the end zone. It's John Ross.
Gotta do Calvin, though. Woo-hoo, come on.
The final wildcard game was a rematch of this year's club championship final between Drini and Volterax. Volterax won that with a trick play that propelled him to victory.
Little stop and go, little spin to the other way, and Chris Johnson.
No way.
No way. He's got to get it.
The play's inspiration came from an unlikely source, Volterax's grandfather, who told him that he needed a surprise like that in his arsenal. For Drini, a 2-time Majors champion and defending Madden Bowl champ, it was the closest he'd come all season to winning a belt. So when the seeds for this Madden Bowl were announced, Drini began eyeing a rematch.
The man versus the machine.
Before the play even started, I'm like, okay, it's 14-10. He played probably the best half he could have played. I wouldn't say I played my best half. I feel like I was, all right, I'm gonna play better next half. 14-10, I get ball, I'm gonna get 7, I'm gonna win.
It'd be a long one from there, it'd be 61 yards, and he'll hand it off one more time.
The play started, he stopped, did a spin, I'm like, oh God. He has like literally one-on-one with me and his user, and his guy, Chris Johnson, is 98 speed, while my user is like 93 speed. It was like a mismatch, and I had to make the perfect user play to stop him.
No way.
No way! He's got to get it! Volterax with maybe the craziest run I've ever seen.
After he scored, I was like, oh my God, you know, that really could have lost me that game, and it really did lose me that game, and that's what hurts the most. If we both make it out of group stage, we have a possibility of playing each other. So if we do play, I am definitely looking for revenge. You know, that's just a mission of mine. You know, if you beat me in a meaningful game, I definitely want to get my revenge, and I'm always looking forward to playing you again.
Like top seed Joe, Drini built his team around Gale Sayers. And Sayers' prowess runs Drini towards a first quarter field goal on a nearly 4 minutes drive. Volterax, on the other hand, uses Bo Jackson, but early he's stymied. It's 6-0 Drini at the end of the half. Drini's defense remains stingy to start the second half, forcing Volt to a 3-and-out. It's then that Drini's Gale Sayers breaks it open.
Let's go, baby. Come on.
Oh boy, Gale Sayers, plenty of green grass. The Kansas Comet in the end zone.
Drini exacts his revenge. Volterax never crosses the 50-yard line.
Oh, man.
His dominating shutout, 16-0, sets up a quarterfinal matchup against Joe. Coming up, the field's been narrowed down to 8. Who will make it to the Madden Bowl Final Four? The quarterfinals are next. Welcome back to the Madden Bowl. 8 competitors remain, and the 4 group winners of Joe, Young Kiv, Lil Man, and D-Croft now take center stage. In the top half of the bracket, Joe faces Drini in a rematch of the club championship semifinal, while 2 belt winners in Kiv and Pavin battle for a spot in the semis. In the bottom half, it's Madden veterans Lil Man and Clef who rekindle a rivalry from 2009 in our first quarterfinal, and Noah and D-Croft battle in a match of 2 teenagers. This Madden Bowl format demands players stay hot into the second week of the tournament. But one person looking to turn around his momentum was Carolina Panthers club champion, One Great User. He didn't qualify for this year's Madden Bowl, so he stepped in as an analyst. But after a group stage in which he only got 4 games out of 19 right, he's looking to reverse his mojo.
Let's go. My boys is texting me. They're like, man, your gas bug's up. I'm like, did I? Okay, maybe I did. Man, community say he sleep. He looks sleep. He never woke up today. I'ma have to go with Serious Mo. You know, something about him, you know, he's clutched up before.
I can't believe I threw a pick 6 my first play.
And it's Joker! Who rock with scheming? We kick it in the Discord. People say you're jinxing them. I'm picking Clef the God. Break the curse, Clef. Let's go, man. Rage is gonna shock the world today.
Offense.
I'm testing the voodoo right now. Y'all say I got the voodoo. Y'all say I got the jinx. I am going Joe Rice. Listen, man, I'm tired of this, okay? It's enough. Break the curse! You see RG's tweet, he's calling me the Bush. Oh my God, not the Bush. 66% said Henry, and I'm feeling the same way. I need this boy to win. Sweet, sweet, sweet fight for my name. What?
Mostert, are you kidding? Are you kidding? That's how it ends.
User, 2 picks in a row right yesterday.
That's right, man. I got off the schneid. I got all the bad voodoo, all that stuff that y'all was saying. Guess what? You know what time it is. That's right, Captain User. You can count on me, man, community. I got all the picks. I got all the juice. I'm back on the street. Follow me. I'ma lead you to the Madden Bowl champion.
Looking to ride his momentum from selecting the last 2 wildcard games correctly, User picks Clef, Decroft, and Pavin in the first 3 quarterfinal matches. Clef and Lil Man play to a low-scoring 3-0 first half full of missed opportunities, but early in the 3rd quarter, it's a different story for Clef.
Let's go! Looking, he's got a man down the field. Uh-oh, that's John Ross! He's a burner, and he's to the house!
Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Oh, let's get it, man.
On Lil Man's ensuing drive, he continues to push Gale Sayers, angling for the Hall of Famer to break free. The Clef's defense is waiting for it.
D! Come on,
And
boy.
a 3rd and 11, he blows it up in the backfield again.
After a sensational punt that pins Clef deep in his own half, Lil Man turns the field position into 3 points, cutting the deficit to a touchdown.
Clef is going to have to get a couple first downs to ice this ball game.
That's John Ross again, inside the 30, inside the 25-yard line. Clef with 1 play gets in field goal position and could possibly seal this game.
Oh.
Clef hangs on for the 13-10 win. He'll play the winner of the next quarterfinal between 2 teenagers, LCQ winner Decroft and Madden 20 Challenge belt winner Noah. At 19, Decroft has only been playing Madden competitively for the last 2 years. It was only after his high school soccer career ended abruptly that Madden became his passion. It's spring 2016, and Daniel Decroft Mycroft is on top of the world. On a Friday, the high school freshman goalkeeper sent his team to the state championship game after winning a penalty shootout. The next night, they won the final, only after Daniel made 2 saves in yet another shootout. He was the only freshman on the team, and the only in the state of Washington to be chosen All-State.
The concept of being a goalkeeper is you're either the reason you win it or you're the reason you lose it. And for me, I've always loved having that type of pressure on me because I always felt like I really respond well to it.
But one thing out of his control was concussions. After he suffered a second and with it repeated bouts of migraines, he made a painful decision. He'd give up the sport he'd played since the age of 5.
I kind of just had to become content with the decision of everything I've done. And I kind of had to realize that if I wanted the best, for my entire life, I was going to have to stop playing.
And that's when Daniel found Madden, a competitive outlet that could fill the void left by soccer. Turns out he was a natural.
But I was getting really high rankings on this weekend league to the point where I was like top 25, top 10 on a consistent basis. So then in Madden 19, I kind of told myself like, well, you might as well try seeing if you can go to these tournaments and seeing like how good you actually are.
He slowly started climbing the ranks and then shot to the top. In November, the 19-year-old won the Seattle Seahawks Club Championship, and this spring, he followed that with a win in the LCQ to make it to the Madden Bowl. His success in Madden, he says, is an extension of his time between the posts.
As a goalkeeper, a lot of it is really just reactions, and that's something in Madden too, like you just kind of have to react to things and then adjust to things. So my entire life, I've always had to make like split-second decisions with soccer, because you can't really think when you're playing soccer, you almost just have to do it. That's a really similar thing to Madden.
The first quarter ends scoreless, after which Croft advances from his own 3-yard line into field goal range. Noah's challenge success in February came with a strong ground game and defensive hit sticks, but so far Croft holds him at bay. Noah salvages a field goal to equalize heading into halftime, but Noah's first drive of the second half ends quickly, and then Croft wastes no time.
Here comes that motion over Wiggly Fade going to the right side.
Yep, he got him. He got Tyreek Hill, and he zooms all the way downfield into the end zone. Touchdown, Croft.
Croft advances to face Clef in the semifinals. Like Croft, Pavin also won his Madden Bowl place in the Last Chance qualifier. Both have continued their momentum here, but waiting for Pavin now is young Kiv, the Madden 18 Bowl winner. Early in the second half, with Kiv up 6-3, Pavin makes a defensive statement.
Pick it off! Let's go! Come on!
And it's picked up by Tracy Porter, and there goes Porter the other way. To the 38-yard line, the first mistake for young Kiv.
7 right now, right here, right now, come on.
5 plays later, it's 3rd and goal from the 4.
He's gonna drop back to pass out of this. He'll throw it, low pass, Torrey Holt brings it in. He fights through the contact and gives Pavin the first lead of the game.
He don't want it more than me, he don't.
For the first time all game, Pavin's in front, and Kiv, trailing by 4, holds nothing back early in the 4th quarter.
Griffin dropping back on 2nd and 10. Good coverage downfield. You see him using with Simmons, but he's going to take a shot into triple coverage. Oh, young Kiv, what you doing, young fella? He knows that one's a mistake as it's going the other way.
Pavin kicks a field goal with 23 seconds left. With no timeouts remaining, it's desperation time for Kiv.
3-man rush from Pavin. Clock ticking down. Waiting, looking. He's going to try to find the cross route. He's got to get out of bounds with Ross. Oh, he's tackled in bounds.
Let's go!
The final quarterfinals pits #1 seed Joke against Drini, the highest earner of all active Madden Bowl players. Meanwhile, Joke is in the final run of the best MCS season in history. The two faced off in the Club Championship semifinals earlier this season, where Drini got the best of Joke. All right, user, for a spot in the semifinals, he could get one step closer to winning his first major, and there's a defending champ on the side. Who do you have taking this game?
Well, you already know, man. Captain User, I haven't let you down today, and I won't let you down, Madden community. I told you I was gonna put you on my back. I told you we was going undefeated today. We 3-0. We gonna have a streak of 4-0, and you know we going with Bandana Drini. There ain't no question about it.
On Drini's second play from scrimmage, he makes User look like a soothsayer.
Actually putting it in the air now, and he finds Ingram, the tight end, and he could go, he will!
Hey, shout out to Ghost, man. Ghost is the best offensive player in history, bro.
There's no secret about Joke's mindset on offense. He hasn't thrown the ball the entire tournament, so all Eli Manning does is hand the ball off to Gale Sayers.
There's the first down and more. Gale Sayers open field. Gale Sayers with some wiggle, some more wiggle. Touchdown!
Hey, come on!
The defense settles in. Neither player is able to advance until Joke moves the ball late in the first half. On 3rd and 6, Sayers gets close to the sticks.
Sayers trying to turn the corner. He is right on the stripe. 4th and inches, wow.
It's decision time for Joke. Attempt a 58-yard field goal or go for it on 4th and inches. Joke initially lines up for the run, but elects to kick it. And that's how the half ends. Late in the 4th quarter, Drini still trails by 3, but has to go the length of the field with just one timeout left. That's when Joke's Frank Clark gets free.
Eli Manning trying to find him. He is down in the end zone to safety.
Let's go! Come on! Come on!
Joke continues his record-breaking season, joining Decroft, Pavin, and Clef the God. And while one great user didn't correctly identify all 4 of his picks, 3 out of 4 wasn't so bad.
Let's go!
The semifinals are next.
Going into the day, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling real confident. I'm feeling relaxed. The work has been done. I put in so much time to get here. So now it's just about me relaxing and just doing what I got to do.
Advancing to the final would mean a ton to me, but not just to get to the final, I mean winning this tournament, because at the end of the day, if I get to the finals and lose, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it was an unsuccessful tournament for me, but at the end of the day, like I'm always gonna think about that one game. So getting to the finals is definitely a huge thing, but I really just want to finish this tournament.
Against Pavin this game, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be running a completely different defense. The first game, he was moving the ball on me way too effectively. He had a lot of yards. And then the biggest thing, in my opinion, is this is the second time I get to see his defense, so I think I'm going to run the ball much more effectively. If I score 10 to 13 points, I'm going to win the game.
Joke, he's had probably the best season we've seen in a while. He's clicking on every end, smart. He's phenomenal on defense, so I'm just going to have to slow his run game down and perform on offense like I know I can.
User, you know Clef the God well. He's back in another major semifinal. Does he feel he's ready to close this out with a major victory?
Yeah, I talked to him this morning, man. Clef, I said, how you doing, man? He said, user, I'm ready, man. He said, I put in all the time and preparation, man. He said, now it's time for me to go out here and show and prove. He said, I'm going to just take the game one by one. I'm not worried about who I play next. He said, I feel like I'm ready for this moment. I would love to get back to the championship, but I'm focused on the first game I got right now is Decroft.
I think this is going to be one of the best matches of the tournament. We've had some crazy games. But I'm going to go with Decroft just based on how well he's constructed his team. It's been something that he's praised himself on throughout this tournament. And he says, you know what, I love my team. I'm ready to ball.
The gut is telling me Clutch the God is getting ready to get back into the grand finals again. That's what the gut tells me.
Clef, you're going to get really behind this guy. He's got a lot of passion. When the going gets tough, he really gets going. He can dig deep. He has that next level. But on offense, really look for him to throw that ball around in that shotgun bunch. But however, with Decroft, he has played great defense versus that offense. He has this player named Frank Clark that just gets absolutely busy on the defensive side.
Clef's opening kickoff goes out of bounds, handing Decroft a short field, and he takes advantage with Aaron Rodgers. On the 5th play of the drive, he finds Tyreek Hill.
Towards the end zone, got his man Tyreek Hill.
What a drive by Decroft to start this game.
But Clef has his own weapon in Mike Vick, who picks up 30 yards on a scramble to get inside the red zone.
That's the benefit of using Vick, has 99 speed.
3 plays later, Vick runs for a first down. And on the next play, he hands off to Kellen Winslow.
He can't stop Kellen Winslow on the plunge, using the tight end for the touchdown.
On the first play of the second quarter, Decroft heaves it deep.
He's got a touchdown or me!
No, it's taken away by Sweet Feet Denzel Ward as Clef the God jumps in on him.
But Clef has no answer for Frank Clark on defense, who sacks Vick 3 plays running and forces Clef to punt. The score is tied at 7 at the end of the half.
Down goes Vick again. There's Clark one more time.
Decroft starts the second half the same way he finished the first one, with big number 55 making a key play.
No one open yet, and Vick lifted on the carpet. Clark picks it up. Frank the Tank, he's going to the crib.
Clef answers right back.
Oh my God!
Oh, he threaded the needle. Torrey Holt barely able to grab it.
Kellen Winslow earns a new set of downs and a 1st and goal, but Decroft's defense tightens up, forcing a 3rd and goal at the 4-yard mark.
Michael Vick to the end zone. Almost picked. That would have been ball game.
Now, Clef decides to go for it again.
Here we go. Michael Vick to
Let's
the
go!
end zone, and no.
That's as unlucky in Madden as you can get. That was a wide open pass. Clef is beside himself right now.
Decroft takes over. With the clock his friend, he again throws caution to the wind.
Looking for a 93-yard bomb. Marquise Brown, Hollywood, touchdown!
I'll take them back. Deal,
Amazing. 93 yards, and that could be the dagger.
Decroft leads by 2 touchdowns and can celebrate. Clef adds a late touchdown, but it's not enough. Less than 2 weeks ago, Decroft was outside the Madden Bowl looking in. Now, he's headed to the final. If Pavin can beat Joke, the last 2 qualifiers would be looking at a rematch for the Madden Bowl belt. But Joke himself is looking for revenge after Pavin beat him in group stage.
This is the hottest guy on the circuit right now. He fought through that gauntlet of LCQ, one of the best passers we have in the game. And like we said, he owns Joke. He's 2-0 versus him. And then on the flip side, we have Joke, regarded as one of the best defensive players in the world. And look, it's been Final Four after Final Four after Final Four. Will today be the day that Joke finally gets to that belt and becomes the champion and becomes the best Madden player in the world?
Well, let's head inside Pizza Hut Stadium and fill our Madden Bowl final. It's Pavin taking on Joke, passer versus runner. This one should be a good one, and we're so happy to have you along with us.
Pavin starts with the ball, but Joke immediately grabs the upper hand.
Quarterback going left side. We got defense on the first play. Picked off by Justin Reed. A little stop and go. One play, one touchdown. It's Joke putting it on the board.
Oh my God, first play of the game and Joke with a pick 6 to take advantage up 7-0. What a way to start this semifinal game. Oh my goodness.
Pavin bounces back, cutting the lead to 4.
The kick is up, and it is good.
There's no secret to Joke's offense, all run, but his offense is still frustratingly hard to stop. Like his long TD run against Dreamy, Joke keeps Pavin chasing shadows.
Into the end zone, Joke puts up double-digit lead.
He wanted 13 points and he felt like he would win. He's at 14. Will that be enough?
On Pavin's next possession, he moves the ball methodically, but Joke's defense holds him to a field goal. Joke leads 14-6 at the end of the half. On Joke's first drive of the second half, he crosses midfield and is faced with a crucial 3rd and 9, just outside field goal range.
He can make this.
He'll pick up 4. It'd be a 60-yard field goal from here. Joke's going to bring out the kicker.
This is a big kick.
Didn't hit it all the way at the top. The meter doesn't have the leg, though.
That's why we
it does. 17-6. Joke.
Let's go.
After they exchange punts, Pavin faces 90 yards with a chance to keep his tournament alive. With only 2:40 left in the game, he's forced to go for it on 4th and 8.
Waiting, looking, pressure, looking right side. He's got Josh Cribbs. He's got a first down.
So his drive continues. Facing another 4th down with under 90 seconds left, he opts for the field goal so he can preserve his 3 timeouts. He needs to force Joke to go 3 and out, which is what he does. Pavin still has life, but his task is to go 71 yards in 39 seconds. That 9-yard run is followed by a 17-yard pass on 3rd down.
The stakes can't get bigger, and it's coming down to the last play of the game.
With 15 seconds left, Vic scrambles for a first down.
Vic, he'll run outside. He will get out of bounds.
9 seconds left, with 31 yards to pay dirt. After Pavin throws it away, he has one more shot.
6 seconds left for a shot to go to the finals of the Madden Bowl. Does Pavin have something cooked up his sleeve?
Vic trying to get away. He's sacked. And Joke has one more win from his first belt. A defensive masterpiece. 17-9 is your final. We have ourselves our Madden Bowl final. It will be Joke taking on Decroft.
Coming up, who will take home their first ever belt? Will it be the 19-year-old in his 2nd career major, or the 26-year-old in his 11th? The Madden Bowl final is next. After he defeated Clef the God in the semifinals, Decroft spent the hour studying Joke's takedown of Pavin in the other semifinal. Meanwhile, in the couple of minutes Joke had before the final, he retreated to his balcony, overlooking the Hudson River. Joke's MCS season has been one for the ages. He finished in the top 6 in the season's previous 3 majors, and now, in his 11th major event, he's on the cusp of his first ever belt, and arguably the greatest Madden season ever.
Anytime I get deep in a tournament, I start thinking about like what I'm gonna say. If I win, I gotta make sure I don't cry because people tell me I'm gonna cry when I win the Madden belt. So I'm like, all right, what am I gonna say? Who am I gonna shout out? Gotta make sure you don't cry. So it's definitely something you think about, especially once you get to the Final 8, the Final 4. Hopefully it happens sooner than later, but I can't wait for that moment. This MCS season has been really good. I told myself before the season started I was going to put in a lot of time for every single game. I've played the game as much as I could possibly play it, and I'm #1 in points. I've had the most points ever in an MCS season, and I also have the highest average finish ever in an MCS season. So if I win the Madden Bowl, it's safe to say I've had the best MCS season ever.
This tournament has a prize pool of $220,000, with $65,000 overall going to first place and our winner of the next game. The championship game is worth $40 grand on its own. But it's not all about the money. I mean, it's a little about the money, let's be honest. But it's not all about the money, it's also about this belt. The Madden NFL 20 belt. It's 24 karat gold with lots of rhinestone, and it goes with everything. We will have a special virtual ceremony to present the belt with a very special NFL guest. And pretty soon, one of these two players will be wearing that belt. And for the call of the match, we toss it out to Josh Lewin and Michael Skimbo.
Here we go. Let's Madden. Franco Harris, the former Steelers great, will rumble towards the sideline, and that's how we get going. Joke, repping the Titans, will go first.
Things start slowly as Joke and Decroft trade possessions. When Joke takes over late in the first quarter with great field position, he continues to pound the ball. It's been his MO all tournament, and on the 6th play of the drive, Gale Sayers bursts to the edge of the red zone. 2 plays later, it's deja vu for Joke.
Sayers getting wide, getting loose, touchdown!
He's found this dive call and then popping it to the left, and it was only a matter of time before he broke one for a touchdown.
Joke forces a quick punt from Decroft, and it's another 3 and out for him. Decroft is lucky to only be trailing by 7 at the half, but in the second half, Joke's dominance continues.
No, sir! Aaron Rodgers thrown down.
Joke moves the ball into Decroft's territory, and on 3rd and 6 late in the third quarter, he sends Gale Sayers up the middle.
Letting the clock go. He's trying to bounce in. He might have one.
He does have one. Pay dirt. Jackpot for Joke.
This is his game plan. He was taking all that clock away. And the fact you pop a touchdown when you're really just trying to milk someone out, that's the best feeling in the world.
Trailing 14-0, Decroft has a mountain to climb now. He finally converts his first down of the game, and as the fourth quarter begins, Frank Clark again hunts down Aaron Rodgers for his 2nd sack of the game, forcing Decroft into a make-or-break 4th down decision.
This is the biggest play of the game.
Joke, if he gets it back, he'll just milk clock and head ever closer to that first belt.
Let's go!
Gotta get the pass away and does
Let's
not
go!
get away.
Come on!
Perfect
Come
defense,
on!
brought the hounds.
And now Joke can almost touch his first belt. He adds a field goal to go up 17-0, and on the final play of the game, he seals in style.
And that's going to do it. That's it. It's over.
That's for you! Let's go, man! Greatest MCS season ever, no debate. Best Madden 20 player in the world, no debate. Spot me, rest in peace, brother. That was for you. I love you.
Acá está, mira. Dale.
Let's go, man. Final 6, Final 4, and I finally win.
Congratulations, man. How special is this moment for you?
Thank you. It's special for a lot of reasons, but the most important is that as soon as I had the 1 seed, I knew I had the choice of jerseys, and I went with Spot. And he was a good friend, and we lost him. I try to not get emotional, but I mean, I dedicated this tournament to him, and it's just like the fact that I won it, the tournament I was dedicating to him is awesome. So like, yeah, I'm just happy, very happy. Like,
One of the most treasured traditions at the Madden Bowl is having the winner raise the trophy, Joke, but in the new normal, that's obviously a challenge. So for now, we took the initiative and enlisted Chargers safety and Madden 20 freak Derwin James to raise it for you.
Hey, Joe, you won your first belt. Congratulations on winning the Madden NFL 20 Bowl. Since we had to stay at home and watch it, I can't hand you your belt, but I'll be sure to mail it to you. Now, I know how much of a tradition this is to hold the belt over your head. If you don't mind, I'd like to do it for you. Congratulations. Hey, Hollywood, Joe Mixon, y'all check this out. Real 24-karat gold.
Big fan of Derwin James. Any NFL players that support the Madden community like they do, like, big shout out to Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon actually yesterday sent me a DM and basically told me, like, obviously I had some stuff going on in my life, and if I needed anyone to talk to, I could talk to him. And that's obviously not something he had to do. He's a pro athlete, he's an NFL star. And just the fact that, these NFL athletes would just reach out to us and, basically be like one of us is awesome. It's great to see NFL players supporting Madden. I never thought Madden would get to this point. And yeah, I can't wait till I get that trophy in the mail so I can hoist it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
What's going on, man? Yo, you know what color the belt is? Red. Red. You guys know what my favorite color is? Red.
"35 games, 16 competitors, over 7 days of competition. From inside the homes of these Madden superstars, a Madden Bowl that will never be forgotten. The tournament reminded us of their greatness, introduced us to a new generation of supreme talent, and crowned a champion long overdue. Thanks for watching this year's Madden Bowl. I'm Evan Rayner. We'll see you next year.